practice. I never thought about it beforehand. So many of you have been to the Seabreeze Jazz Festival. Okay, yeah. So anyway, a few years ago, I was playing that festival, and it used to be the stage went right up onto the lawn. They've moved since then, and now it's a tall stage. But used to be, the stage was literally one step up, kind of like this, but even lower. So I was playing that particular song on my mind, and I start realizing all these ladies are coming up. They're like dancing, they're slow dancing up there, right on front. So I'm like, all right. So I went out there and started dancing with some, and then more people kept coming up. And pretty soon it was like a whole mess of people up here, and I couldn't even get back around because there were so many people around. I was like, shit, I gotta finish this damn song. I'm like, well, let me just play it from, because I was standing there, but I couldn't get her back around. So I just started playing from back there. And the band went with me. And it just so happened they had video guys and jumbotrons out there, because I think there was, I don't know, 10,000 people out there. It was a lot of people. And so the guy came down, was like videoing the whole thing, so the entire crowd could see it all, even though the mess of women up here. And then I finished the song, and everyone, they liked it evidently. And I was like, So then it just kind of kept going and evolved, and yeah. So there you go. I love when accidents happen. You just gotta roll with it, I got a question for everybody up on here. Tell me a crazy on-stage story that might have happened to you, that is like, you'll never forget. Because most gigs you do, and you go away and you don't really remember each gig, but you remember one that something messed up or something crazy happened. You got one, Aaron?
Oh yeah, well, DW3 is the party band.
Really?
So we had a lot. To get to that status, we played a lot of parties, and people are drunk, and they're dancing, like sort of like your backwards story. And one time, this woman would, she was dancing right up here, and she knocked my whole keyboards into me. And I'm like, what? I'm catching my keyboards, and these things this is $3,000, for this bad boy. It's like, come on, you got $6,000.
She was probably like,
That's just one of many stories like that, But yeah, that one sticks in my mind because when $6,000's in your hand, and I played 2 keyboards, Glad I didn't play 3, but that's just one of the crazy ones.
I think we've all had a keyboard collapse on us. I know I've seen it happen to you, where it fell off the stage.
Oh yeah, I knocked mine off and it fell down. You were on that gig that it was Cap Jazz.
Yeah.
And I still remember this, and it was another one of those shows where there was huge monitors up there. And so I'm playing, I'm beating the crap out of the piano, and it falls onto the ground. And I'm like, and so I'm like, I better go with this. So I kicked it and ran over to Brian's keyboard, kicked him off, and finished the song. I'm like, I'm not gonna let a down keyboard mess me up. You gotta go. What do you got, Arlington?
Well, that wasn't my story, but that's happened to me. I was with, I played keyboards with Wayman Tisdale. We were at a rehearsal, so most of the stuff was rental, but the one keyboard that I brought that I owned was on top of another keyboard, and out of all the stuff that was rental, Wayman liked to go crazy. We jumping up and down going crazy, and next thing I know, my keyboard that I owned flipped over and just BAM! And before you pick it up, I could see the keys kind of sticking up wrong and tripped out. Why, Lord? Why? Well, I was going to say the crazy thing about, it's another Wayman Tisdale story. We were playing, and Tom Braxton was a sax player, but he couldn't do the gig, and so we hired another sax player. Great guy, but he was legally blind. And it was a good friend of mine. I think I might have been the only one. He got around so well that he didn't really tell people he was legally blind. So we were I think I was the only one in the band that knew. We were at an outside gig, so stage was really high. and at the front of it, it just, if you step off, that's it. And it's like a 10-foot. So he's taking a solo, and then all of a sudden I see him going up to the front of the stage, and I was thinking I may have to stop playing. He's walking, and I was thinking I need to stop playing. He got all the way here, and his tips of his toes were and then he stopped.
Yeah, man.
It was scary, but you know, we're thankful he didn't. He felt the air underneath those toes.
That is crazy.
We were in Hawaii with Prince. We were doing an after party, and the band would just come up and just start grooving on whatever we were grooving on. And I had my bass keyboard back there, and I'm playing. I was actually playing like some wah wah clav and stuff, you know. And my keyboard was back in the back by the curtain, and I thought that there was a wall behind the curtain. Right, so I'm playing, and then Prince comes walking out, and he's got his little vest, and he's pimping out. You know, got his little stride, and he comes over, and he see, you know, I guess he felt what I was playing, and he wanted to get in on it, so he moved me out the way, so I stepped back, and my tippy toes went to the edge of the stage. And I was like, oh, I'm cool, because I'm gonna hit the wall. There's no wall. And I'm falling, and I just grabbed him. I grabbed him, he had on this little vest. And
I don't think he's gonna help you, Chance.
hold on, you should have saw him though. It was cracking me up. He was, oh my God. He was playing, and I grabbed him, and his foot just went back like this, and he just kept on playing. And was holding me up, he was doing the sprint. He was getting further and further, and he was just still playing, wouldn't stop playing. Wouldn't stop, and I'm holding on, I'm like, Lord Jesus, Lord, would you just hold on to me? And then these big, giant Hawaiian dudes, security guards came back and grabbed me and pushed me back up. He kept on being funky. He didn't stop. But then I was out with Candy. One time, and we finished the show, and she had walked off stage. I'd introduced her again, and you know, beautiful Candy Dolphin. She walked off, and then we ended the show, and I took this towel. I did it last night. If anybody saw, I took this towel, and I threw it up in the air. Right when I threw it up in the air, now I had lost some weight at that time. So when I threw the towel up in the air, my pants hit the floor. Just hit the floor. And then at the same time, the lights went out. So I don't know if the crowd saw it or whatever, but you should have saw me just waddling off the stage. I'm like, oh Lord. Those are my
Like
stories,
a bad
bro.
dream.
Yes, it was.
I hope you weren't commando.
No,
Oh, okay.
no, bro. Now I was boxer brief though. I was brief though.
All right. Oh my goodness. Question, yes.
Playing is absolutely awesome. I'm just absolutely blown away. But I do need to ask a question about showmanship. And I really, when I see you, I think Liberace. But I wanted to find out.
I'm straight.
Wait a minute, I haven't seen any diamond jackets or other things going around you there.
Where did you pull the showmanship from? I mean, was there someone that you emulate, or is this something that, you know, from a psychiatric disorder?
Definitely a disorder. I always say I have no idea what the hell I'm doing up there. It just sort of happens. I don't know. All I do is I'm thinking, I am thinking a lot about the audience and making sure everyone has a good time. So I'm always feeling and trying to read the audience, and I'll change things accordingly. If I'm like, okay, it's not going the way I think it should be going, so we're going to go over here now. And, I think you guys got to do that as a party band too.
Oh, yeah.
If somebody's
I take
the
notes
crowd's
from
not
that.
feeling
Oh, yeah.
something, you got to flip it up.
Oh yeah, totally.
But in terms of, I don't know, Liberace stuff, I don't know. Not sure. I really wasn't into him. Wasn't one of my role models. I mean, I respect, what he did. Unbelievable, But, yeah. Okay, yes. Follow-up question. Am I dyslexic? No. What does that have to do with this? My understanding of dyslexia was, flipping letters around. Is there something else? Talented people are dyslexic. The only thing I do dyslexic is I will dial the phone number wrong. So I'll be dialing numbers and I'll get ahead of myself, and if it's 4927, I'll go. Yeah, I'll fuck it up. So, and I get a lot of wrong numbers. Yeah, is Chance there? Wrong number, dude. Oh, my bad.
Maybe it's a playing backwards thing.
You.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I noticed during your concert that you have a lot of eye contact with your audience. Yeah. And you were just saying that you read your audience. But whenever I see you turn your back to the audience, you are speaking to the rest of the musicians. And there are so many ways that I see you communicating with them. How is it that you're going to read us and then they read you and you guys have just gotten together?
Well, you just sort of have to have big ears. Meaning, be listening and feel it, just taking everything in all at once. It's sort of multitasking, I guess, right? I mean, I'm listening to every part, so I know if the bass line is wrong or right, or if Ramon is playing the right cowbell part. Seriously? No, I get down to the minute, and I'm always listening. I don't know, I'm just paying attention.
Is that because you wrote it?
Yeah. Well, it's like that Michael Jackson DVD, This Is It. Him going to the bass player. No, that's not the right sound. And Alex, the bass player, was like, no, that's it. No, it's not. Don't mess with me. I think as a band leader, you have to really, really know intimately each part so that you can communicate that to the band, and so that your representation